Yeah, man, what's up, my purples? My name is Blessed Beats. Welcome to the black hole. 10,000 billion fucking subscribers. Increíble. I threw the question out there, how should I celebrate 10,000 subscribers? And I thought J Creatives had the answer that resonated most with me. He said like this: Congratulaciones, celebrar, talk about it. How does such an achievement feel for you? And talk about how it's been to come to such a place. Salud. This here is my time, alright? I don't like to talk too much about me all the time. But up there, that's their time. Down here, it's my time. It's my time down here. How does such an achievement feel for me? 100% honest? I looked at it and went, good job, let's go. One day I was disfrutando this achievement, and I'm very happy about it, but you know, that number, it doesn't mean a whole lot to me. And the road here has been a long and quite frankly painful one. I think you have to be a little bit crazy to even do, well, of course, in the beginning it's all fun and games, but then when you have to keep it up and you have to treat it like a real job and you have to constantly deliver, this becomes a very weird territory. You know what I'm saying? You're mixing your passion with something that is more of a labor work thing. That always becomes a complex and complicated relationship, I think, no matter what you do. So how did I even get into this? I was working at this job that I was starting to frankly hate. I was installing fiber internet connections with one of my best friends, Jacob. He is the one that made me pull through today because I was working together with him, so we always had a lot of laughs. That is the most important thing. But first we were doing home installations, and at that time I was very into Snapchat. I was always goofing off with the camera and making snaps where I was impersonating different people and making funny characters and just being a complete idiot, really. And I had so much fun with that, and I got a lot of affirmation from it too, so that became like a small addiction, but also something that got me through the workday, because in between every house that we went to do these installations, I would just sit in the car and do stupid shit. But that warmed me up a little bit to having a camera in my face. And this is the time that I started talking to my now girlfriend that I live with right here. She lived in Stockholm. I lived a couple hours away from here. So then I asked my job, do you have any spots up in Stockholm? They said, sure, we'll just transfer you up there. I was like, great. Okay, let's go pursue love. There was no plan at this point to start a YouTube channel or nothing. I moved up here, and while I was having this honeymoon phase, being really in love with my girlfriend, and all this new excitement and opportunity was in the air, there was also a lot of stressful moments, like we never had a secure place to live. It was always 3 months here or 6 months there, and my girlfriend was used to it. She'd already been living like a fucking nomad for the past 5 or 6 years or something like that. But it was very stressful not having anywhere to stash your stuff that you knew. Having a real home base I think it's important for my psyche, at least. I can't live like a fucking nomad like that. So that was stressing me out. On top of that, it was a whole different thing up in Stockholm, what I had to do for work. I had to be climbing poles, hammering bolts with big cables, attaching them to these poles in the blistering cold and the snow and the wind, with the wind in the face. The real labory type shit, not chill at all. So I was puking on that. I was starting to really hate my day-to-day being, you know. It was a whole different sort of thing. I had a couple of friends who were getting into trouble, who I felt a lot for, so that was stressing me out a bit too. Making ends meet, everything. It was just really stressful. Also had a publishing deal that had been lasting for 3 years that gave me literally nothing. Shout out to Juju, all well intended, when he set me up with this deal. But when I broke it off with them after 3 years and I decided I was not going to pursue that anymore, they didn't take it very well, and they did some they told me some snaky shit that gave me a really sour taste in my mouth. So all of these things accumulated just put more fire in my ass to, know that if I'm ever going to make any fire-tastic moves, it's going to be right now, all right? I'm going to go independent. I'm going to be successful with this music production shit. This is what I've been doing for 17 years at the time, something like that. And my biggest learning from this publishing deal was that don't expect nobody to do shit for you ever. It's no matter what situation you're in, it's always up to you to make shit happen. So I got this idea. I was already warmed up to the camera. Like I said, I'm just gonna make a funny video, and I'm gonna give some tips and pointers on how to use the Maschine. And that was just the idea for the first video. Maschine is what I was using the most. I had no intention of making a whole channel where people went to for Maschine tutorials. That sort of just automatically became the thing. I just wanted to make all types of crazy shit related to music production. But I made that video, got some good response. Mr. Knock Squared was one of the first people that come along and cheer me on. And I will be forever thankful for that. It was my second or third video that he left a comment to little old me with no subscribers at all, pretty much 100, 200 people that were listening to my music from before. That was it. He put the fire in my ass, and I dare I say that he might have been the first. He gave me that validation that made it blow into a full-blown obsession for me. I was like, this has got to work. Maybe I can make like 10% of my income from the YouTube shit, and at the same time I'll be getting more opportunities to showcase my beats, to get my music out there, collaborationalize with people. This was just going to be a vehicle. But as the obsession grew, it grew more and more into the YouTube is the main thing. And I guess that's the biggest curse with this, as I became so obsessed with it, is that there's less and less time for music and more time having to be spent planning, filming, cutting, editing, communicationalizing via email, answering comments, all of that stuff. It's easily a full-time job on top of a full-time job on top of studies. Been studying data analysis for the past 1.5 years now also, and working a job and doing this. So many times I've been this fucking close to burnout. Don't underestimate that shit. You have to be a little bit crazy to keep it up at the level that I do. I probably expected, I had so unrealistic expectations when I started. I thought maybe within a year I'll have 100,000 subscribers. Nuh-uh. This is a long game right here. It takes a long time to build an audience that you have a mutual caring for. The audience cares for you, you caring for them. I would tell myself, give yourself at least 5 or 6 years. That's a reasonable amount of, okay, if you put 5-6 years, invest that and expect to get nothing back, then maybe you're at a point where you will be able to make a living from it if you do it well. And it's just a long series of constantly delivering. So the biggest downfall, let me talk about the stress inducing parts of this, is that there are things that you neglect, things that you sacrifice, spending time with family, friends, girlfriend. There's a lot of sacrifice on that part for very little return. But it becomes such a dominant force in your life, you know what I'm saying? All of the money, the small little money that has been trickling in over time, all of it I put right back into this. So I didn't treat this like anything but a very serious job, even though it might not seem like that at all, because the nature of my channel is not very serious. But behind the scenes, I'm a dead serious like a motherfucker with this. Believe you me, this is at least another full-time job on top of the other ones. So there have been time and time over again where I debate whether it's even worth doing this shit. But every time I turn on the camera, every time I do anything that surrounds this, I'm very passionate about it. So I'm so deep in now that I can't really return. But there's at least one moment a month where I go, it would just be so nice to just say fuck it with this and drop it, because you never know also. this whole platform could be gone whenever. And then regardless, I would still be making the music. So it's a constant struggle. It's a constant battle with your mind when you're trying to balance this passion versus work thing. I'm making a YouTube channel right now about making music, but I don't even have any fucking time to make music. How stupid is that? So like for the last year, I haven't had one single session. I had one session this week because now 10K, this is a point for me to stop, reflect, and reprioritize, because I can't keep running it like this. I'm going to kill myself. I'm going to literally kill myself. And if you're debating about whether you should start a YouTube channel right now, I'm not going to tell you don't do it. But let me ask you, are you crazy enough? Are you willing to put all that time in with small micro progresses that feels like that at times it feels like you're not progressing at all? And if I would give myself an advice, it would be like, okay, if you're trying to plan this ahead, if you're trying to make this something that is part of a sustainable, independent income thing, which regardless, passive income is a fucking myth. It's you're selling a dream, you're pushing a dream onto people. That's not how it works. You can work independently, but it's always going to be work, and it's going to be harder work even when it's up and running than just having a chill 9-to-5 job. And sometimes I debate on whether that would be more chill, just to have a job so there's time to just, it's very hard to find time to just be a fan of something, to just enjoy yourself, to get lost in music, to discover new artists and just be lost in that, because there's always this planning ahead, and living in the moment takes a toll. So right here where I'm at right now, I'm proud as fuck to have made it here. No doubt about it. I'm not super impressed. But here's where I need to take some time to stop, reflect, flip the script, and do it the other way around instead. I need to get back into doing the same amount of collaborations as I was doing before, having sessions with artists, collaborating with other producers at least once a week, and instead of turning the camera on and whipping something together for the video, I need to make projects that are fulfilling to me and then make the videos from that instead. And last but probably the biggest, what's come out of this is the community. Very few people come along that reach out a hand and say, here, let me help you. Simon the Magpie, I will always consider him one of my dearest friends for that. He reached out to me when my channel was so peculiarly small and said, hey, you want to do a collabo? I checked his channel out and said, hey, this guy's fucking ridiculous. What is this about? Then after a while I went like, maybe I am also kind of weird. Yeah, let's make a collabo. Lost my train of thought. He introduced me to his Discord community. And like I said before, my only mission was to get my music out there. Now it's morphed into something else entirely. And I think that is a beautiful returning life lesson that gets evident time and time again, that you never know where you're going to end up with things. Just go on that journey. Journeys will merge together and new things will born out of the womb of creativity. He showed me his Discord community and I said, that is amazing. I never thought of it that way. He said, you should make your own Discord community. I said, fuck yeah, I'm gonna do it. We're doing the weekly beat challenges now for a couple of years. And that's the most beautiful thing about this whole adventure, I think. Even though the live streams, they're like the least popular thing about the channel here. That's the most soulfully rewarding thing, because there I've met friends through there, and the most beautiful thing, I witness friends being made in front of my eyes. I see minds collaborationalize, join forces, and create things that wouldn't be if it wasn't for that meeting place that we've created together. And it doesn't even need to be music, you know what I'm saying? I'm very creative when it comes to anything. I like to I'm making my own plugin right now. I've programmed, I've made computer games in the past. I've always messed around with video. I like sound design. I like to make music. All of this stuff is very exciting to me. So when I see things like that come together too, like one person might have an idea for software and then another person becomes excited about that and they join forces. That is the beauty, that is the potential that I want to keep nurturing, you know what I'm saying? Because like I said before, not a lot of people will come along and help you out. But God damn it, if you see the potential of what you can do together with other people, celebrationalizing, damn it, you got the key. You might not have the lock, but God damn it, you do have the key. So I'm thrilled about this 10K subscribers from the bottom of my heart. Thank you to everybody who has been somehow, some way involved in this journey. I'm gonna just keep on trucking, you know what I'm saying? Okay, bye-bye.